Not that I heard voices, but something inside of me that said, you should give your life to God and not get married, not have children of your own, but leave yourself free for other people's children. And I did not like the idea at all. I was not happy with it. I did not want to follow that path. But it was such a strong calling that I had to find out what to do. So when I finished high school, I entered the community, this community, put on that terrible habit. And I lived with this community since then. But when I entered the community, I didn't even know what I would do. I was just trying to follow this call. But what I started doing right away was teaching, which was wonderful. I started teaching when I was only 19, and I taught elementary school, little children, and I loved it. But then after I finished teaching little children for a while, then the community asked me to go and get my doctorate in philosophy and teach in the college level. But I didn't like that either. I wanted to continue with the small children. I was very happy with it. But I went to Notre Dame, where her father went and she went, right? We found out just today. So I did my doctoral work at the University of Notre Dame in Indiana. You like football? They're famous for football. I'm not interested in football, but anyhow. So I studied philosophy. Have you had any philosophy yet?
Yes. Epistemology.
Epistemology, all right. I'm impressed. But teaching philosophy is the most wonderful thing a person could do, apart from studying philosophy. Now stop that, Mary. Mary was one of my students years ago. But I love teaching philosophy because when you teach philosophy, you teach young people to raise questions. You don't ever have answers, just raising questions. So when the student says, what about this? I said, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? So you encourage students to become thinkers and to reflect on life. And it's been a pleasure to do that. I taught that up here in Tarrytown for 44 years. And I had a wonderful time with my women students. I loved every minute of it. And then when that ended, when the college closed, I was pretty much ready to retire anyhow, or go down and at least be less busy than I had been. So the first thing I did after that was both Bridget and I had gotten involved in a program at the college here for teaching in a women's prison, a maximum security prison for women in Bedford Hills, New York. And we had, Bridget will tell you the story about the founding of that, because you were more involved in the founding than I was. Why don't you tell them that part, and then I'll come back.
Yes.
In the setup of the program.